Your Excellency, the Vice President, Your Excellency, this afternoon we are receiving a report on Presidential Committee on Flood Mitigation, Adaptation, Preparedness and Response. And this report is the result of the Presidential Committee, which you inaugurated some weeks ago, who have gone to work and are now formally presenting this report for the presentation to Mr. Adani, who is the chairman of the working group, to give a short remark before we move on to
presentation of the report that we made us to produce for the benefit of Nigeria and everybody. Thank you, Excellency.
Recording in progress.
His Excellency, the Governor of Boki, who is understandably absent, having just wrapped up, and let's give them an opportunity to. Your Excellency, can you hear us?
It went very well.
What are the major highlights?
Yeah, the major highlight actually is there was a committee set up to produce a roadmap for mitigation of flood, preparedness, and also adaptation and response. And we're given 7 days to complete the project, and we did. I made a submission just now. And in doing so, we had 3 documents that were produced for flood mitigation, response, and also preparedness. So we put all these things together to come up with a roadmap, which was presented just now.
Can you share with us some of the issues in the roadmap?
Well, we've had lots and lots of problems with flooding in Nigeria. And we had lots and lots of misconceptions too, in the flooding outlook in Nigeria. And certain incidences that have happened in Nigeria were blamed on certain things. One particularly is that most of the flooding we have in Nigeria used to come from Cameroon, which is totally false. And we try to explain it very well, while it's not so. Because the water that comes from outside Nigeria into Nigeria is just about 25% or less of the total renewable water in Nigeria. So most of the flooding that we receive originate from within Nigeria due to high rainfall and the mobility of the water around our drainage patterns. So we try to look at that. I'm not saying that the report also didn't say that contribution from outside cannot add to flooding. But in most cases, it's not the reason for flooding in Nigeria. Because in some areas, they believe that River Benue, Niger are the ones causing. There are floods in the environments that have nothing to do with these rivers, especially in the north. None of them is attached to this, especially central and north. But to have flooding in such environments. So we'll try to identify the reason for this flood and also put it in the roadmap and see how we can. Now, one major thing also we talked about is the effect of flooding. Flooding in Nigeria also has positive aspect. we try to build a positive asset into our economy in terms of structural measures to curb flooding. Positive asset is there in agriculture, we can generate power, many other things that can come from it. So that is put into the roadmap. Then we have also a situation where we can determine at what level federal government can react positively to flooding. Like calling the state of emergency and all that. We have categorized our floods, and then at least a certain category to be done. My name is Professor Emmanuel Adanu, Director General National Water Resources Institute and Chairman of the working group. Emmanuel Adanu.